Hello widget watchers, welcome back to another video. In this video we will be creating a quiz app using Flutter. So this application will have three screens. The first screen will be the welcome screen where the user will enter their name. Then the second screen will be the question screen where the user will answer the questions. And the third screen will be the score screen where the user will see their score, correct answers count and the wrong answers count, and the name and a button to restart the quiz. So this is the overview of the app. Now let's start building this app. So let's get started by creating a new Flutter project. I have already created a new Flutter project named quiz app. Now in this main.dart file, first let's remove all the comment and this my homepage class. Now create a new folder inside the lib directory named screen, and inside the screens folder create a new file named welcome screen.dart, and inside the welcome screen.dart file create a new stateless widget named welcome screen, and also import the material.dart package. Now go to the main.dart file and from the home call the welcome screen, and don't forget to import the welcome screen. Then go to the theme data and from here remove the default theme and add a new theme with the primary color as black and brightness as dark. Now come back to the welcome screen and from here first remove this default constructor and then create a new text editing controller named name controller. Then from the build method remove this placeholder and add the scaffold widget with the body property. Then inside the body add a padding widget with the padding property of 16. Then inside the padding widget add a column widget with the main axis alignment property at center. Then add the children property. Then here add a text field widget with the controller property as name controller. Then for decoration add an input decoration widget with the hint text property as enter your name and the border property as outline input border. And also add the const for input decoration. Then add a sized box widget with the height property as 20. Then add the style property and here add the elevated button dot style from widget with the background color property as colors dot red. Then for on pressed add a navigator push method to redirect to the question screen. So and don't worry about this screen, we will create this screen in a minute. So this is the welcome screen where user will enter their name. So now we need this name to be passed to the question screen because we will be showing this name in the score screen. So here don't forget to add the name property to the question screen, and for the child property add a text widget with the text as start quiz. Now let's create the question screen. So create a new file inside the screens folder named question screen.dart, and inside this file create a new stateful widget named question screen and import the material package. Now go back to the welcome screen and from here import this question screen.dart file. Then come to the question screen and here first create a name property and a constructor with this name. So here we will be receiving the name from the welcome screen. Then come to the state class and here first create a question index property with the initial value as 0. So this will be used to track the current question index. Then create a score property with the initial value as 0. So this will be used to track the total score of the user. Then create a correct answers property with the initial value as 0. So this will be used to track the total correct answer. Then create a wrong answers property with the initial value as 0. So this will be used to track the total wrong answers count. Then come to the build method and from here remove this placeholder and add the scaffold widget with the app bar property and the title as quiz app. Then add the body parameter and here add a ternary operator with the condition as question index less than, and shit, I forgot to create a question list. So let's also create that. So for this come above here and please, it's a request, pay attention for next 1 minute. So here create a list of type map of string and object and name it as question. Then inside this list add a map with the question text as what is Flutter. So this question text key will help us to display the question on the screen. Now the question thing is done. Now let's create the answer for this question. So for this inside this map add a key as answer. So this answer key will be a list of map of string and int. So this list will contain all the answer and their respective scores. Like for this what is Flutter question, the correct answer will be a framework and the score will be 1 for this answer. So for this add a map with the text as a framework and the score as 1. Then add another map with the text as a language. So this is the wrong answer. So the score will be 0 for this. Then add other options as a database and a browser with the score as 0. So this is the first question. Now let's add some more question. So here I have added 9 more questions with their respective answers and score. So you can pause the video and add these question and answers to your code. So now we have a list of questions and answers. Now go to the body of the scaffold widget and here add a ternary operator with the condition as question index less than question list length. So this condition will check if the current question index is less than the total number of question. If this condition is true, in that case we will show the question. So for that, add a column widget with the main axis alignment property at center, then add the children property and here add a text widget. And here we need to show the question. So for this, here add the question list with the question index and the question text key. Then add the style property with the font size as 24. Now the question is done. Now let's add the UI for the answers. So for this, here add a spread operator and here add the question list with the question index and the answer key. So this will give us the list of answers. Then add the map method and here add the answer parameter. So this will give us the answer map. Then return an elevated button. Then here add the style property with the elevated button dot style from widget with the background color property as colors.red. Then for onPressed, call a method named answer question and pass the answer map with the score. And don't worry, we will create this method in a moment. Then for the child, add a text widget with the answer text. So this is the UI for the answer. Now here for the else condition, add a const center widget with the circular progress indicator. So this will show the progress indicator when the question are loading. And one more thing, here after this text widget add a comma so that this error will be gone. Now let's create this answer question method. So come above here and create a method name answer question with the parameter score of type int. Then inside this method, first call the setState method and here first increment the score with the score. Then check if score is greater than 0, then increment the correct answers, else increment the wrong answers. Then increment the question index. So this will increment the question index. So here basically we have checked if user is selected something. If the answer is correct, then we are increasing their score and correct answers count, and if the answer is wrong, then we are just increasing the wrong answers count. Then come outside of this setState method and here check if the question index is greater than or equal to the question list length. If this is the case, this means user have answered all the question. Now we need to navigate to the user to the score screen. So for this, call the navigator push method and here navigate to the score screen and pass the score, correct answers, wrong answers and the name. So in the score screen we will show the score, correct answers and wrong answers count and the name of the user. So now let's create the score screen. So create a new file inside the screen folder named scorescreen.dart and inside this file create a new stateless widget named scorescreen and import the material.dart package. Then come to the question screen file and from here import this scorescreen.dart file. Then here we have error on this answer question method because I have created the same variable name as the method name. So I need to remove this variable and you don't need to do this because I have made this mistake unintentionally. So now let's create the score screen. So come to the scorescreen.dart file and here first create a score property of type int, then a correct answer property of type int, then a wrong answer property of type int and then a name property of type string. Then add all these properties to the constructor and don't forget to add the required keyword. Then come to the build method and from here remove this placeholder and here add the scaffold widget, then add the body parameter and here add a center widget with the column widget. Then here add the main axis alignment property at center. Then for children add a text widget with the text as congratulations and the name of the user. Then here add a style property for this text widget with the font size as 24 and the font weight as bold. Then add a sized box widget with the height as 20. Then again add a text widget with the text as your score and the score. Then add a style property with the font size as 24. Then add one more text widget with the text as correct answers and the correct answers count. Then add the style property with the font size as 18. Then add one more text widget with the text as wrong answers and the wrong answers count. Then add the style property with the font size as 18. Then add a sized box widget with the height as 20. Now here we need to add a button to restart the quiz. So for this add an elevated button. Then add a style property with the elevated button dot style from widget with the background color property as colors.red. Then for on pressed, add a navigator pop until method with the condition as route is first. So this will pop all the routes until the first route, which is the welcome screen. Now for the child, add a text widget with the text as restart quiz. So this is the score screen. Now go to the main.dart file and from here remove this const. So now that's all for the code part. Now let's run this app and see if it is working or not. So the app is installed successfully and this welcome screen is looking good. So let's enter the name. So here I'm adding the username as Widget Wisdom. Now tap on the start quiz button and the question screen is fine, but the alignment is not looking how it's supposed to be. So let's fix this. So for this, come to the question screen.dart file. So here wrap this column widget with the center widget. Now save the code and now the question screen is looking good. So now let's answer the questions. So here I'm answering the questions randomly. So now I have answered all the questions and the score screen is looking good. And here we have the name, score, correct answers count, wrong answers count, and the restart quiz button. So now let's tap on the restart quiz button and the quiz is restarted successfully. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. So please like this video and share this video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Till then, thank you so much for watching.